everyone, my name is Webweaver, and we are living in a post-Arcadian Savage world, so I mean, how do I put this, right? Like, it's peak. I don't know what, I don't know what to say other than it's peak. Absolutely beautiful, wonderful, okay. So I have only done M1S, and I have seen very small amounts of M4S. I've not seen anything of M2S. I've not seen anything of M3S. My friend and I were gonna degen the tier, but I don't think we're gonna do that anymore. I'm not entirely sure, but I'm definitely having a good time. M1S is a fantastic fight. Way better than Eric Tombstone Tony. Way better than, Carbuncle? That was 5, right? Yeah, Carbuncle was 5. And then way better than Kokyotos. Absolutely. Like, it is probably... So I've only done 3 first-tier fights, because I did Asphodelos, Abyssos, and Anabasios. Those are the only Savage tiers I've done on content. So this is my 4th Savage tier on content. M1S is fantastic. Very fun fight. I've seen Enrage like 80 times because the party finder I was in, it was a combination of things, but honestly, it was just the deaths. It was just the deaths. We died so many times. We used healer LB3. And to be fair to me, when it was like 6 a.m., 5 a.m., I did start making mistakes and dying, and when I was learning it, I was making mistakes and dying. But in our prime, where we were hitting Enrage like every other pull, I only died if someone else got me killed, because there's a lot of jank with the stupid, like, diagonal platforms getting knocked up or getting slammed, because it's not where you land where the plus AoE is, it's where you're getting punched where the plus AoE is. And only some of the people in our party knew that you can cheese the mechanic every single time by going in the corner and looking to the other corner, and you'll always land within the platform, so it's a guaranteed 100%. You always know where you're going to stand, and your party always knows where you're going to stand, because ranged out melee's in. But alas, that was not in the cards. Now, I've been getting my ass beat for, I think we were at it for like 6 hours and 30 minutes. Something like that. So, I've been getting my ass beat for hours. It's time for me to beat them to death with hammers. I think that's fair. I think that's fair, class of 1980, huh? And we're just gonna... I mean, listen, I could talk about... This cat has 9! My ring! I could talk about M1S, all freaking day. And so, you know what? Am I going to? You're just gonna have to find out. Because, who knows? I want Athiolazath. Athiolazath hunted by the cult. I think the video game agrees with me. It's time for me to take a nice leisurely stroll down Victory Lane, Victory Road, and just kind of have a nice relaxing game of World of Horror as a treat. And listen, you know, they know. Listen, it's true. Many people are saying this. I'm a pretty mediocre Pictomancer so far, and I feel kind of bad about that, because I'm being exclusively I'm exclusively being carried by my job, you know? Pictomancer is insanely overtuned, it is insanely overpowered. There is, like, we had 2 Vipers who, mechanically at the fight, they were dying a lot, but we had 2 Vipers who, as far as, like, job and rotation is concerned, they were doing really, really, really well. But the thing is, you have to be a very good Viper to struggle to take over a mediocre Pictomancer that's overcapping creature motifs, right? Like, Pictomancer's just way too strong. They need to nerf it. Like, I'm gonna have fun while Pictomancer is objectively the best DPS in the game, by far. Because, again, like, What is happening is I am a mediocre Pictomancer. I am a green parsing Pictomancer at best. And I am out DPSing, like, average melee DPS. And if you're, like, the same skill level at your job as I am Pictomancer, I'm out DPSing you every single pull. Unless I die. And it's just, it is what it is, honestly. But I like the group that we had. The group that we had could have definitely cleared. It's just that it took us, like, we were raiding so late that people were just tired and making basic mistakes, and the deaths just piled up. But the in-rage is basically nothing, honestly. Like, the fact that we were getting to 2%, 5% regularly on enrage, when we had, like, I don't know, the DPS dying multiple times in a row, even. Especially because it's the mitigation, man. People, like, I had to kind of, like, lock in with the mitigation, right? But even when I addled the raid wide, if nobody else did anything, if we didn't have a shield from the Sage, we would die. Like, I have 710 gear, and my Pictomancer is, my Pictomancer is, like, allegedly properly, like, pre-Savage Bizzed out. You know, I got what I got what I need, I got what I want, you know? That sort of thing. We could have removed both those curses, honestly. I think you could justify that. But we do a little eating as a treat. Yeah, that's an injury, though, which really sucks. I wish that was a curse. But, like, my Pictomancer has, like, the pre-Savage Biz, and if I addle the raid wide and then nobody else does anything, at full health, I will die. And that happened to me multiple times. As I was full health, I addled the raid wide, nobody else did anything, and then I died. No shield, no mitigation, and it always, like, that stupid, like, nail biter marker thing where you're doing the clone crossing or whatever, that shit hurts like a truck because it's crossing where everybody gets hit once, and then it's nail biter where everybody gets hit once with the vulnerability, and then, oh my god. Okay, it keeps getting crazier, honestly. We can use the funny stuffed animal to get rid of holes, I think, because I don't want holes. Or do I really care? I don't really care. I don't know if I care. Do I care? Maybe we're just the least cursed Ayaka imaginable, okay? But, like, I mean, how do I even put it? It's like, it just hurts like a goddamn truck. Like, when eye level gets higher, it's not gonna be a problem, but the thing is, right, we had 2 Vipers, so they just have Feint, and that's it, and then we had 2 casters, so we have Addles, which we can overlap. So, our mitigation was, screwed up, if I'm being, kind about it. Our mitigation was effed up, dude. And that is, that's putting it lightly. You know. I don't know why SVR made me think of Survivor, but it's like, Survivor kick! But yeah, no, like, that shit hits like a truck, and we did not have a dismantle from a machinist. We didn't have a, yeah, no, it was pretty rancid, I'll be honest with you, but it was very fun. And honestly, like, if we had a run where, like, 2 of the DPS never died, and the other DPS only died, like, a couple of times, it would have been perfect. But, you know, mitigation and healing is very important, and not getting killed by your healer sprinting into you when you have the spread after the knockback. You know, the healer who has stayed still up until that point just decided to run right, which you've been running right every single time. And you weren't ready for that, you know, sometimes it happens. I made a lot of mistakes, don't get me wrong, but, like, I mean, there's no but to that statement. I made a lot of mistakes, but it was clearable if we just had a run where like only one or two or three people made a mistake, but we kept having runs where like mitigation was an issue, people were dying, people died during the knockback, people died during the, like, listen, if a Savage Raider can't, sure cast or arm's length a knockback, they're gonna die. I'm sorry. They're just gonna die. That's how it is. That's how it is. That's look who it is. That's how it is. That's look who it is. I kind of, like, hate this. I don't know what I'm doing at this. I don't know what I'm doing. I don't know what I'm doing. What am I doing? I don't know. What are you doing? Let's get some curses. I mean, you don't really want any of these, but here they are. I mean, I did say I wanted to beat him to death with hammers, but the chance to hit's actually, like, really bad. So let's get a monkey wrench. And then we're just gonna mind drain Akamanto to death, sure. But no, like, M1S is a really fun fight. I had fun. I'm ready to clear it, though. I'm ready to clear it. But I have to probably level my ults because I don't want to. So, funny thing happened, right? My friend and I, we've been planning to, like, week 1 the Savage tier since, like, Abyssos. And my static leader, he joined us because he was like, oh, you guys want a week 1 too? Let's do it. And he joined on his ult. And we were progging for, like, 2 or 3 hours. And I was on my main, who I usually raid with the static with. And he never noticed until it got brought up randomly. And then he's like, oh. And I'm like, oh. And so I probably need to level my ult if I want to keep doing week 1 stuff, but I mean, listen, to be fair to me, he's calling me by my main's name. I'm playing on my main. We're raiding together. I understand that you could be lost in the cheese. I am too. Please forgive me. But we were in the same light party, man. Anyways, it's fine, it's fine. But what are we doing? The principal has ordered the school to be closed down. Aye. Listen, when I get to M2S, I'm gonna be insufferable, alright? Like, I think, aesthetically speaking, I haven't seen Phase 2 yet. So I don't know how... I don't know how... Because let me just tell you. When I saw Athena Phase 2, my eyes popped out of my skull. My tongue unrolled like a red carpet all the way onto the floor. Steam started coming out of my ears, etc., etc. But, Athena Phase 2 was based, okay? So I haven't seen Phase 2 of, honestly, all the Phase 2s in Pandemonium were based. You had, stupid, sexy Dracula turning into a Dark Eldar. What are they called? I don't have window capture on, right? I can go to gamesworkshop.com. Gamesworkshop.com. Do they just call themselves... It just redirects to Warhammer. Listen, I get why they did the rebrand, but also the rebrand was really dumb. Also, their new website is unfathomably stupid, okay? I'm so sorry. It is unfathomably stupid. This new website is virtually incomprehensible. I have no idea how, like, okay, Dark Eldar. No, it's Drukhari. It's Drukhari. I typed Drukare. I typed Drukare. Warhammer Codex Dark Eldar 1998? I don't know. Anyways, to make the reference that I was gonna make, the boss of P4S from Phase 1 to Phase 2 turns into a Dark Eldar Scourge with the bird wings, okay? You cannot tell me he does not turn into... Okay, look up Do they have... It's just the default Dark Eldar paint scheme, isn't it? Dark Eldar red paint scheme. I'm proving a point here, okay? I'm proving a point here. Please have an example of you painting a Scourge in red, Google, please. Oh, yeah, Dark Eldar painted red. One of the first results? How to paint Eldar. Yeah, sure, thanks, buddy. Dark Eldar... I'm just gonna... Scourge... Painted. That's not a Scourge. That's... Why is the internet just completely useless for searching now? Okay. This is a incredibly low resolution YouTube thumbnail. But this is the first red Scourge I've seen, so maybe we have to go for that. Like, listen, your conversion is really cool, and I love kit bashing. Like, kit bashing is awesome, and your conversion is really cool, but I did specifically search for, like, a Scourge, and presumably, if you search for a specific Warhammer model, you, like, want to see the specific Warhammer model first, and not somebody's conversion of it. Because, like, again, your kit bash is really cool, I love kit bashing, but the third image result should not be a different model. It should probably be the model that I searched for. Like, I know I want an image search to actually show me, like, what I searched. Maybe that's, like, my bad, you know? Maybe that's my fault. Maybe that's my fault. I do absolutely dig these old Scourge models. Those look pretty cool. Okay, so we're gonna open this image in a new tab. This is a YouTube video. And this is the only red armor that I can find. But, let's see. Alright. I'm making a point here, okay? P4S. Phase 2. Okay. Oh, his armor is black with red accents. And then these are red with black accents. Aw, shit. Okay, no, but the wings may not be painted the same, but, like, okay. I'm not crazy, okay? Okay, I'm not crazy. Dark Eldar Scourge. Well, that one has black armor with red accents, but that has the bat wings, so that doesn't do anything. Okay, I have 3 images to show you, alright? I have 3 images to show you. One of them has the wings painted similarly, and one of them is red with black armor, okay? So, how am I gonna do this? I don't want to edit this. So we're gonna go to images, because Gordon Ramsay is such a kidder. We're gonna go here. Thumbnail folder, why not? New folder, making a point, just so that I remember where all these things are, okay? So, this one, and then this one. Okay. Now, goodbye Gordon Ramsay. Gordon Ramsay is gone now, okay? So, this is a... I don't know the source for this because I just found it on Google Images, so hold on. Maybe I should actually, like, give you the source for who painted this. This was uploaded by... I do not know how to use Daka. Mechanicum John, okay? So shoutouts to Mechanicum John. This is a cool paint scheme. So, this is what a Dark Eldar Scourge looks like. Thank you, Mechanicum John. That's the source for this. It's also, like, the first image result for Dark Eldar Scourge, so it's not that hard to find. But, there you go. Thank you, Mechanicum John. That's what a Dark Eldar Scourge looks like. Then, we're gonna change this to the red ones. Now, this is from a YouTube video. This is from a YouTube video. You're gonna hear like 1 second of a guy talking, probably. Probably. It's the third. No, it's the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. It's the 6th image result. Oh god, I've lost it in the sea of Google images. Here we go. Dark Eldar Scourge's YouTube. So this is by Victor. Okay, this is by Victor. This is by Victor Dark Eldar Scourges. That's what the video is called. So check this out. That's the thumbnail. I just stole a YouTuber's thumbnail. Alright, so look at this. So, look at that. We're gonna create a new image. We're gonna create image 20. Sorry, image 29. Okay, and then we're gonna put it down here below the girl's frontline source because I still have that for some reason. Now, why is this image so small? I don't know why this image is so small, but we're gonna make it a little bigger. Okay. Look. Am I wrong? Am I wrong? Am I insane? The only thing that's missing is the claws. The only thing that's missing is the claws, and the fact that, you know, stupid, sexy Dracula over here, has his bare chest to the world. But, like, am I wrong? I'm not wrong. I'm not wrong. We need a new Gordon Ramsay image, by the way, and I'm not gonna make it another YouTuber's thumbnail. Unless it's, like, a massive corporate YouTube account, making funny Gordon Ramsay edits. I'll, in that regard, we can, perhaps steal another YouTuber's thumbnail, or another YouTuber's content. I think that's fair. I have a lot of images here. They're all very scary. Mr. Beast balloons? That's a little frightening, honestly. I wonder, do we have a, wonderful. Absolutely. This is a transparent image, so it won't work. I was gonna use this. Stab me up. But unfortunately, that's a transparent image, so it won't work. We need a new Gordon Ramsay. I mean, we don't have, the school mystery here, so it's actually probably not that big of a deal. We probably actually don't. We probably don't need it right now, but this is a story arc. We're on a story arc, okay? So, I mean, the Savage Talk has been completely derailed for now, so make sure that you appreciate that, okay? Make sure you appreciate that. What about in the good old Appear folder? Maybe it really just should be extra breadsticks, anything for my amigo. I have a image labeled Extreme Break, and it's just 444 having a really bad day. Here we go. A stolen tweet? It's Friday night. This scene can't be skipped. Wonderful. That should block it completely. Friday night, boys. There's also a Monday variant where, like, it's Monday. I love that Moogle. Anyways, I actually remembered what the point that I was trying to bring up was, by the way. You might not believe me, but I was talking about the Phase 2 designs for the savage characters, right? So obviously, I mean, we're just gonna beat him to death with hammers. It's not that big. It's not that big of a deal. So funny. I didn't believe in magic until I saw my dog turn into a snake. Funny P8S man turning into Resident Evil villain that chases you throughout the city. Absolutely loved that. 10 out of 10. No notes. Sure. We do a little blood mania as a treat. We take the blue paper. And then you're doing 3 to all. That's a little terrifying. Mind if I use Mind Drain, bro? And then I guess we just roll the dice. I would never fail a dice roll. What are we at, like, now? 9? Something like that? What if I rolled the dice and we, like, hit and it was awesome? Oh, hell yeah. Look at that. So we're at, like, I don't know. How the hell did I end up with, like, we're taking minus everything, every goddamn, even though I got rid of all these stupid perks. And by perks, I mean curses, god damn it. Noisy Nails painting metamorphosis, get me out of here, brother, get me out of here. Also, every single time I see, like, a comment of somebody being like, oh my god, I just discovered this series, and it's so comfy and easy to listen to, I'm like, if that's a comment on a very, like, far long ago episode, I'm like, I'm so sorry. It just devolves into me yelling, what the hell, dude, for, like, 30 minutes in the modern day. And then we got a comment like that yesterday, I think, on a more recent episode, and I appreciate the kind words, but I'm sorry. I'm activated right now. You're on the post Savage arc. Savage is out. The Arcadion is here. We're balling, all right? You know, you're in a world of me screaming about getting punched by a muscular woman, all right? That's just sort of the world that we're living in right now. That's the context that we're existing in. And, you know, I'm here for it. But Athena, you know, Athena phase 1, awesome. Especially how she pulls the sword out of her chest. That's great. Also, her son does that too. He pulls the weapons out of his chest. I think that's really cool. I mean, I kind of want a light source, but I don't want to get shot. I kind of want free stuff, but I don't want to get shot. Me, before committing a breaking and entering in the United States of America. Is it really free if you're taking a significant risk? We're gonna get a light source from this mystery. I think we just take the doom, that's fine. That's okay. Do not commit breaking and entering. It's illegal and you shouldn't do it. This channel does not promote illegal activities. This is not Sector 8. It is not controlled by me and a group of my allies who use parts of this section to perform our legitimate businesses. We do not deal exclusively in cash. I will not release my address to settle altercations, and I do not regularly break the law. Thank you, thank you. This has been a post by the Section 8 Rat Gang. Wait, this is doing 8 damage? What the hell? Whoa! Gambling? I mean, we could go gambling. But we could also do this. See, words. I was about to say Mimi, and then I was gonna say Miku. But Mizuki was where we were trying to go with that. You know, the reason why we're not doing Section 8 simulation of controlling various areas of this section with the group of me and my allies to conduct our illegitimate businesses is that we're not playing as Mizuki. We don't have a group of me and my allies, okay? But, you know, I'm all over the place right now. I apologize, but I was thinking about the sort of, like, because I mentioned it earlier with the comments of, like, I'll occasionally get a comment on, like, the early videos, and it'll be like, hey, I just discovered this series, I'm gonna check it out, I'm gonna watch through, like, the entire backlog and then make it to the current episodes. And then, you know, you occasionally see those pilgrims making their, like, making their pilgrimage up the, like, 5,000 steps of, the throat of the world or whatever it is in Skyrim. Is it the... I don't remember. Hold on. Am I insane? Why did I call it that? Was it actually called that? Am I... It's called the throat of the world! I'm not insane. I'm not insane. Orvane's Ebony 2. Malachite 2. Thank you so much, Skyrim unofficial wiki. Or the Elder Scrolls unofficial wiki. Thank you so much. Like, I said the words throat of the world, and then I'm like, what the hell did I just say? And then I'm like, oh yeah, that's what it's called. It's like, oh yeah, that's just completely normal. That's just what everybody knows it as. Everybody calls it that. Thanks for staying with me. Listen, you know my brain's fried. You know I play... You know I've been progging Savage for 6 hours straight in Party Finder. Having to explain. Which, by the way... We're gonna go back to the history of the channel thing, because I actually did have an anecdote. But the worst part about Party Finder, by far and large, okay? The worst part about Party Finder is... people who join your PF and they only know, like, the strat that they know, and they assume that you're using that strat even though you have a different strat listed, and then they're like, oh, but I want to do this, and then they change the markers, and then you don't want to argue with them because you just want to do a pull, and then it doesn't matter to you, but, like, they just kind of hijack it, and then you all spend time, like, learning that, and then... You know, it's fine, but people, they do be yapping. They join a fresh prog party where they're fresh progging, and then they're like, oh, but for a future mechanic, this Hector strategy won't work. We have to do it this way. And then I learn how to do it this way, and then I list those strategies in the Party Finder, and then people join, and then they're like, oh, but this isn't Hector. And it's like, I don't have Hector in the PF description! Because I learned the different strats. Now, the fight's easy, and I understand the fight now, so I can do the different strategies. It doesn't matter to me. As long as we agree on what strategy to use. But people be yapping. And when I'm new to the fight, and I don't know the strats, and people be yapping, it doesn't make any goddamn sense. Because if you don't agree with the strategies that we've all agreed to use, why'd you join the Party Finder, and why are you yapping? But, anyways, that was, like, my first group. And it was fine. I didn't blacklist anybody. And it made sense what they were trying to say. But, like, you know, you can do cardinals, you can do inner cardinals. It doesn't really matter, just as long as you all agree. But anyways, so to kind of give you a perspective of how long this series has been going on for, and sort of how long this series has been going on for, because it gave me sort of like a reminder where it reminded me that it's like the episode number is not just a random arbitrary number. It's like it means something. So when I first started doing World of Horror, I would name all of my Adobe files, like, the full game name, or at least, like, the regular name of the game. So, in this case, World of Horror. And then I would type out episode, 1, 2, 3. And I kept that going for 200 episodes. Now, remember, this is a daily series, right? This is a daily series. So I keep this up, this naming scheme for the files, I keep this up for 200 episodes. And then I'm like, oh man, I don't really feel like typing this out every single time. And so then I start doing, and I kept doing this until, and I do this today, and presumably tomorrow as well, unless I get struck by lightning randomly when it's not raining. Dry storms are a thing. I've never, I don't think I'm gonna get struck by lightning in a dry storm, because I don't think that's gonna happen. But, you know, presumably, I'm also going to do this tomorrow, and the next day, etc., etc. But I type W-O-H, and then the number. And so I have been doing that for every single episode since about episode 206 or 205, something like that. And recently, in the past, I guess 3 weeks, 2 weeks, something like that, every time I type W-O-H and then episode number, it says, you already have a project with this name, overwrite and replace or cancel. So I want you to, I want you to think about that for a second, okay? I want you to think about how full circle we've come to where me using the same file structure and naming structure. And here's the thing, I don't have the actual project files anymore, it just has the project name saved because I never deleted like that, you know? But all of like the actual files and data associated with those episodes, they're only on YouTube. I ain't saving World of Horror episodes from, well, let's do a little bit of research here. We go videos, we go oldest, scroll down past Dark Souls and Giga Wrecker and Subnautica and Lords of the Fallen 1 and Arc Noir, 30 episodes of Arc Noir. I'm not saving World of Horror episodes from 4 years ago. Well, actually, that's a lie, because I still have those episodes downloaded because I re-downloaded them from YouTube to make the compilation episode, which was the final episode of World of Horror Early Access, which was a compilation of the best moments that I remembered over the 4-year period of time that Early Access was a thing. Thank you. Metamorphosis or nails? I don't know. Like, does it matter? I guess we'll do nails because of the stamina enemy. How many insomnias can one Ayaka have? Is this gonna lower my stats? Thank God. But, like, yeah, no, I think that it's kind of crazy how full circle we've come to where I've been using the same file structure for so long that Adobe remembers those files and is like, hey, buddy, how's it going? And it's like, oh, shit, for real? I think we can just wear this. Like, I don't care. I think we can just wear it. I think it's fine. Remember, if she sells it, it doesn't steal her face. So, you just have to comment down below right now, Ayaka, after you win the run, make sure to sell the Akamanto mask to the dog, or you will have your face stolen when you try to take it off for a ring. Because everyone knows that you can't wear a ring and a mask at the same time. It's scientifically impossible. I mean, we can just rest, right? Like, I think we can just do that. Just feel pretty good about that. Honestly, I might, let's take stamina here. Let's take stamina here, right? Let's take stamina here after we get the doomed thing away. Let's take stamina right here, please. Let's take stamina. Hell yeah. Okay, let me rest again. Thank you so much. And we're feeling great about that. We're feeling pretty good about that. I can't complain. Now, I can complain about this. You're goddamn right. There's so many things I can complain about. You have no idea. But you know what I can't complain about? I can't complain about if the challenger can survive her feline ferocity. Listen, every single time Matem says, "My ring!" I smile. It makes me smile every single time. Be careful. This cat has 9. I love that. Whoever decided for that guy's voice to be the announcer for the Arcadian, because, okay, so the idea of the Arcadian is that you are in a tournament. Like, literally, it's a tournament. It's a tournament with rules, regulations, scheduled fights, and an announcer and a crowd. And I'm trying to remember all the Matem lines, but honestly, I just really remember my ring! Oh dear, the challenger has fallen out of the ring! The challenger's back on their feet. And is it such grit, or is it such tenacity? I can't remember. I don't remember the next part of the line. I'm sorry, I'm a fake fan. I only did M1S on day 2 for 6.5 hours and ending at like 6 in the morning. I'm sorry. That's my bad. Actually, I think we did it longer than that. And I was like, we did it way longer than that, because I was going off of my food, because I bought 20, oh crap, I forgot how to pronounce it, so I'm not even gonna bother. It's, I watched a pronunciation video, and then I forgot when I woke up. Because I watched this pronunciation video at, like, midnight. And then I said it, like, twice. And then I woke up, and I don't remember how to pronounce it. But I was going off my food, because it's 30 minutes for, because I was going off my food, right? Because it was, it's 30 minutes for one piece of food, and I ate 10 of them. So I was going off my food there, or actually I ate 9 of them, sorry. Because I have 11 left over. But the thing is, I had vegetable soup that I was using for early prog. Oh my god. And so I ate all of that vegetable soup before eating the... But anyways, I think it's really cool that, like, when you use a limit break, he goes, ooh, someone's not holding back. It's like, that's cool, that's cool. I love it so much. It's so enjoyable. Like, just having, like... Because here's the thing, I had a friend tell me, she said, it's gonna get old after a while, but the thing is, adding the voice lines to the Savage fights has been so cool. Like, I'm Pandemonium, and these cells of mine lives rent-free in my head. Like, it just does. Or, Athena's from the... Oh, crap. I don't remember the Athena rant, but it's, like, from the world shall tremble. I love it. And I had a static member, a friend. She always made fun of how Athena says tremble, and that they should have done another take. But it's like, Athena is a scientist. She's a nerd. Like, yes, she's scary because she has the power of a god in her tentacles. And she literally, like, remakes this is the Savage version. So it's just fan fiction that an obsessive researcher came up with. This is not canon, but... You know, she has she remakes the fucking universe into basic concepts, and you're on top of the fucking planet, and then she's crushing the planet with her tentacles, you know? She may have that power, but she's a nerd. She's a scientist. Like, she's scary because of what she does, not because of, like, how she says it. I think it's perfect. I think it's perfect, because, like... You expect a scientist, like, if you have a villain who is characterized by their intelligent, you are not necessarily expecting from the, you know, stereotypes of, like, nerds and scientists and stuff. You're not expecting someone who is, like, this hardened badass who, like, delivers all of their one-liners perfectly. You're expecting somebody who's calculated, right? You're expecting somebody who, when they're doing their plan, it is calculated and well thought through, to the point where you have to, like, go really far to, like, you know... You know what I mean? Am I crazy? I'm not taking... Do I take Doom Effigy? I don't think we take Doom Effigy. I actually don't think you take Doom Effigy at all. Because we have 50 Doom and we're on the last mystery. It's fine. Do we take the stamina damage? Sure, why not? Because we can just rest and we're feeling pretty good about that. But, the fact that Athena has, like, a silly line read, I think it works. Because, like, again, she's a scientist. She's scary because of her plans and what she does and how she acts. But her line delivery doesn't have to be scary. It doesn't have to be menacing. I think that's okay. I do. I don't think you have to have every villain be scary. Also, since we're talking about Athena, shoutouts to the one Final Fantasy thread that it's like, please give me a female villain who is just unapologetically evil and doesn't have like a sad or like some sort of backstory that would make me feel bad for them. Just let them be like an unapologetically evil woman who's evil and is just like a horrible person, you know? And then every single person responded with Athena because she's just a horrible person and she doesn't have like a sad backstory where she's like, I'm actually trying to do this because I have a misguided reason. And no, she's like, I'm doing this because I want to kill everyone. I love Athena. We stan Athena. But the person who made that thread, they responded to everybody saying Athena by saying, oh no, I don't want to stan Athena because she abuses her son. It's like she abuses her husband too. This is mildly terrifying, actually. Hold up. Let me lock in. Oh wait, no, never mind. Because I was about to say, hold up, let me lock in, because like 5 damage per turn is pretty scary. But can it beat 30? Actually, no, that wasn't 30. That was 26, right? Doesn't really matter. We'll kill them all the same. That was just guaranteed. That was just guaranteed 100% chance damage. You know what? We can even just like save her face right now, can't we? Let's get to the top first. Let's see. We actually are taking... So we're good. -3. So we're taking -6, -3. So what we can do is, rest. And feel better about ourselves. I don't remember what we did second, honestly. Was it, like, painting? No, it wasn't. What did we do second? I don't even remember. Maybe we won't save her face after all. Maybe Ayaka will be faceless? I think it was probably, like, Cultist Hunter A. Nope. Okay, never mind. We do not save Ayaka's face. Ayaka's face is doomed. She doesn't get to have a face anymore. Just kidding. She gets to have a face. Ayaka gets to have a face, everybody. We saved Ayaka's face. I also could have just rested less and it would have been fine. We were 5 seconds too fast. It would have been beautiful, chat. It would have been beautiful. I've yapped your ear off about random bullshit for long enough. I don't think you need trivia right now, do you? Do you need trivia? Do the people want trivia? Well, here's the thing. We'll do the trivia anyways, because we need to have something for the cards and the ending, right? So I'm immediately seeing Ultra Beast, and I'm like, I'm screwed. Unless it's like Celesteela. Is Celesteela an Ultra Beast? Let's find out. Goddamn right. Is Eternatus an Ultra Beast? Let's find out. Nope. Oh, wait, the jellyfish? The, evil jellyfish. That one? Okay. Steel Rock. I don't remember. Kalos? Can I get a gen check? Can I get a gen check 1, 2? That doesn't cover the whole screen. Can I get a Kalos gen check, please? Kalos Bulbapedia. Kalos is X and Y. We're screwed. It's over. We're screwed. It's over. Yeah, Y Vital. Did I just say X and Y? Is Yvital not a dragon? Am I insane? Poison Rock? I vaguely remember something like that. Rock and Dragon? I don't know, Regidrago? Regidrago? Wasn't there something that was like a Scrimblow dragon or something? Looked kind of like a rock? I think Tyranitar is ground. Tyranitar is ground. Ultra. Beast. Xerneas. Blade. Cerule. Kyrium Black. I wasn't getting any of these. Oh, Aggron. Okay, I could have maybe got Aggron, but, like, I don't know what the hell any of these other... I don't know. Yeah, no, I don't know. Guzzlord, maybe, if I remembered that Guzzlord was an Ultra Beast. Tyranitum, nope, not happening. Gilmet, not happening. Klefki, not happening. I know what a Klefki is, I just didn't know that it was... I'm gonna be honest with you, I thought Aegis Slash and Aegis Shield were Sword and Shield. My bad. My bad. Yeah, I could have gotten Aggron, honestly. I don't know what a Skrelp is. I don't know what a Gudra is. Zygarde! Anyways, Zygarde is the dragon. Stay safe out there. Have a good one. Bye!